Okay, so the last little thing we're going to look at is something new to ZBrush 4, which is using polygroups to split up a model. So you can see here we've already got our model split, and before we would export everything as kind of individual OBJs. If we just select all and go to Export, Export Selected, and we'll call this Capture Test 3 OBJ. Select ZBrush and just hit Export. And then we'll just fire up ZBrush. Give that a second to load. And we'll just hide that tab there. Select either Simple Brush or Sphere 3D. We'll go to Import. We'll just select our character test. You can see it's brought it in here. Click and drag in the view and go to Edit. Now you can see at the moment this is all one model, but what we have now is this Polygroups tab here. So if we just select Polygroups, now if you turn on Polyframe, now polygroups are actually they're defined when you've got this frame on by each kind of separate group being a different colour. So you can see here everything's one group, but what we can do is if we hit the Auto Groups button, you can see it actually splits off the model into individual bits. If we go to Subtool, you can see it's still one mesh, but if you hit Group Split, it'll actually split the model off into individual components. And what it does sometimes is it creates these kind of random ones here. You can just delete all those out just for doesn't always do this, it just does it occasionally, probably due to my bad modelling practice really more than anything. Okay, so you can see it's actually split the model up into individual components for us. Okay, now obviously here we've got quite a few subtools, so there is, you know, this can make it harder to kind of navigate. There are some options though to kind of help us with this. One of these, if you hold Alt and left click on a model, it'll actually select that and make that your kind of active subtool. So just Alt and left click on whichever kind of component you want to work on. Other useful things are you've got select up and select down, so if you want to just kind of go between your subtools like that, you can. You can also move subtools up and down, so if you wanted to get these in a more sensible order, you could do that. For instance, I could just move the shirt up to here, so I've got the two kind of shirt subtools together. You can also rename them, because obviously when you do this polygroup split thing, it just kind of gives them all the same name with a different number after them, so we could just rename that to be shirt and so on like that. Yeah, so polygroups can be really kind of useful in that respect, just for a nice quick way to kind of import an entire model.